and my job is to make a whole garment. It is the biggest project. And now we gather.
Does it look good?
Okay. Hi! This is my baby sister, Paige.
Hi!
It is not actually her first time on this channel. I vlogged our car ride home weeks and weeks and weeks ago, months ago now, this summer. And she told me last night that she needs a Halloween costume in the next less than 48 hours now. What, it's 10:30 and you need it for tomorrow night. And she wants this. And yeah, it is very complex and complicated. So
it's not that complicated.
Because you don't have to make it.
Yeah.
you don't have to do anything but put it on.
It's gonna be pretty.
It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be pretty. You're doing Halloween weekend. And she's going as Glinda, if that wasn't clear. And what is your job? To get all the accessories?
I'm gonna get all the accessories. I have a wand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a tiara.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see maybe if there's any cute shoes or something.
And my job is to make a whole garment.
You got this.
I got this.
You got this.
I can do this. So I need to get started right now. The first thing we're gonna do is get her measurements so that I know I'm making the right size in the pattern. This is the first time I'm making something that isn't for me, so that makes me a little nervous, but our bodies are fairly similar. We have similar.
Oh, very similar.
Yeah, very similar body types. So after she's measured and good, we are going to get cutting. And I am going to employ Paige to help me cut the pattern pieces because that is the worst part.
Yes.
And once these pattern pieces are all together, we are going to jump back into my apartment downstairs and get sewing. Good job. Your sleeve. Oh, sorry. No, it's okay. And we're back at my house. We are ready to get making. I'm a little nervous because this is a lot. This project is probably the largest project I've done in the shortest amount of time. I have less than 48. When I say 48, I'm being very generous. She's on the 9 a.m. ferry on Friday, and it is noon on Wednesday. So cross your fingers and hopefully there's a dress at the end of this. If there isn't, subscribe! Now that I'm home, we can go over everything that I'm using for this project. I'm using two types of fabric, one to act as the lining and the other is the organza. I went with I think it's a polyester or nylon organza. This is gonna be a Halloween costume that she's gonna wear a few times. So we didn't go with silk, she's gonna be wearing this out, so we didn't need anything that was of the utmost quality. We were doing this on a budget. Along with the fabric, there are some bells and whistles we need on top of that, which is elastic. I picked up the jumbo braided elastic. I got to the 13 millimeter. I also picked up some bias tape so that we can finish off all the hems and things of the organza. I also got some matching thread for the organza and the lining. I'm also using my silk pins for this and my rotary cutter, my tried and true rotary cutter. I will praise this until the cows come home. I love this damn thing. It is so nice. It makes life so much easier for when you're cutting fabric, and I think it's gonna make cutting the organza less of an ordeal. So that's what we're gonna use to cut all of our fabrics. I am concerned about this project in the sense that it is the biggest project and the most technical project that I've done so far in such a short period of time. I'm a little nervous, but I think it is possible, and it might just mean that I'm working into the night, and you know what? I'd do it for her. I would do this for my baby sister, and I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be okay. She keeps saying it's gonna be okay, so it's gonna be okay. I just keep telling myself it's gonna be okay. But if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm stressed out right now. I'm panicking. I'm in full panic right now. Okay. Let's get cutting. I am following the instructions on this pattern to the T, pretty much. There isn't anything I'm really deviating from. The lovely young lady who made this pattern also has a full tutorial YouTube video about it. If you want to know how to make this exactly, go watch that video because this will not be a tutorial. This will be me struggling my way through making this project in this little amount of time. So if you want a true tutorial, go check out her channel, go check out her page. I took a look at her other patterns, they look really great. And yeah, I purchased this from her on her Etsy shop. So go support the girls who are actually teaching us how to do things. Me, you can watch me faff around. You get to watch me struggle through it. And hopefully that inspires you to also struggle through things. I'm gonna start by cutting out the skirt pieces. And to do this, I am just like cutting rectangles on the fold like she does in her video, and not really messing with that. I am making it a little bit longer than she made it. My sister, when we were measuring, said that she wouldn't mind if the dress was just a little bit longer because she is going out and stuff like that. With cutting that piece out, we're essentially using 3 times the length because we need all that puff. I don't know if I explained that right, but that's what we're doing. And then I'll move on to cutting the bodice pieces, which are a lot simpler. And the bodice pieces and the skirt pieces get a lining cut, but the sleeves are only made out of the organza. They're lined with the organza fabric, so there's no of that like embroidered fabric going into the sleeves. I have everything cut out, but I had to kind of improvise, and this is where it goes wrong. This is where everything goes wrong when I have to improvise. I have to kind of improvise the lining because the fabric that she got from the thrift store like wasn't a piece. So I have to like Frankenstein pieces together. And because of that, why not make it a little bit more complex? I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I'm gonna make it harder for myself. Love that for me. So I'm actually going to do a tier skirt for the lining so that she's got a little bit of a ruffle in the bottom. So I'm going off book and making the lining first. So we're gonna make the bodice of the lining, and then we're gonna make the skirt of the lining, and we're going to assemble. And this will also work well because that means I can take that up to her and have it and do a fitting so that we know the lining fits right. And if I have to make any adjustments, I can adjust the organza before I sew it all together. That everything is French seamed in the organza. So once it's done, like ripping that out, it's just gonna fray the organza. So I don't wanna do that. I want the organza to be one and done and be good to go. So I think doing a fitting with the lining only, because that's the part that's the smallest. The organza is just going on top of that. So as long as the lining fits her, we're good. For the record, I want to say it is 1:33 and I'm starting to sew. Okay, it is 1:33 on Wednesday in the afternoon and I'm starting to sew now. We gather. For these bigger, like this is pretty long, this piece that I'm gathering, like length, I will gather from both sides. It just makes it easier to manage that way. Like I'll gather some from this side and then I'll gather some from this side and like meet in the middle.
Let me tell you once again, and you know that it's true. Forget about seeing it.
So I'm gonna take this knot, I made a notch in the fabric when I cut it, and I'm going to align that with this seam that already exists on my piece of fabric that I'm like Frankensteining. That way I know where the center is. I like to sew on the gathered side, so that's the side I'm gonna put my pins on. I don't know if that's how you should do it, that's just like my preference. And again, a pin at the end and then a pin in the center. And now when I sew along the seam here, it will lock in my gathers. I am gonna do a French seam here too, just because I can, but you don't have to. I'm just doing that because I'm crazy. have my pieces of the lining done. So we're gonna go upstairs and fit them on Paige and see how they look and make sure that they're gonna fit her. And be good. Oh, she also asked for some hot chocolate. We get to decide how long. So it's gonna be a little bit piece that on. So we're gonna mark. Oh, okay, can you breathe? How does it feel?
I can breathe. I have a cramp right now.
Okay, we'll breathe through it.
It's fine. Does it look good?
Okay. I think it looks a little crazy right now because of this. This looks a little crazy. But yeah, it looks straight, which is nice. And then so this is gonna be a little lower because the seam will come down, and this will be a little higher because these seams will meet, and your waist will be about 1/2 centimeter up higher. Like when the seams all come together.
You look like a little princess.
Doesn't she?
Can you do a twirl?
Wait to twirl once she's got all the puff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And the sleeves. Paige, the painstaking it took me to cut out those sleeves. Okay, how do you feel?
I feel great.
Any adjustments you want to make for this?
This is great.
Good morning. This is gonna be the death of me. I woke up early. Well, I went to the gym this morning at my normal time. We went to the gym very early, and then before the sun was even rising, I was working on this project. I ironed everything out, and I started to assemble the organza pieces and French seams on all the panels, and learned how to do French seams, first of all, because the way I thought I was doing French seams was all wrong. Me and my grandma worked through that together, and then I did all of that, proceeded to gather for an hour. When I tell you this took me an hour to gather, I'm not kidding. It was about an hour, maybe 48 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour to gather this whole skirt. And then I made the bodice and did all the French seams and stuff. They aren't perfect, but this is, I keep telling myself this is a Halloween costume. It's okay if it's not perfect. Like, this is a Halloween costume. She's going to destroy it at the bar. So I'm giving myself a little grace. I'm at the point where I can attach the organza bodice to the organza skirt, and then I have to work on the sleeves, which I'm terrified for. The sleeves seem like the most intimidating part, and it is like the part she's the most excited for, like the part that Paige is the most excited for, so I don't want to mess them up. But I also I'm telling myself it's a Halloween costume, and I'm taking a deep breath. And really, I'm hoping that this will come together in the next few hours here. It's just after noon now, and we'll see how far we can get. Ideally, we finish this before Jordan gets home at 5. That would be amazing. But we'll see. I don't have high hopes.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in old conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
All I'm doing is rolling it. I'm so stressed out. This is the most stressful thing. I'm like watching the minutes go down on the clock.
And I think to myself, and I'm thinking out loud. We won't need nothing else for the rest of our time. And I know it so well, I will always be by your side. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
I'm just hoping, wishing, praying, and dreaming that I did that right, because if this is wrong, if this is wrong, I'm gonna cry. Okay, I'm at the point where I have my organza assembled. Hello, where I have my organza can you tell how? I'm at the point where I have my organza assembled and the lining assembled. So the next step is to attach the two and install the zipper, and then I'm done. Paige should be back by the time I'm finished that, and hopefully all this hard work and pain and frustration will be worth it. I hope she likes it. All right, friends, are we ready for the reveal? Here it is. It is beautiful. These shots Paige gave me from her hotel room because she literally had, I made it and she had to leave. She had to get on that ferry and we didn't really have time to shoot real final shots and me get this video up for you today. So please excuse that. If you do want to see some more video, we did make a couple of TikToks of her in the dress, so if you want to check out my TikTok, it's the same handle as it is here, heyhi mads. Check out my TikTok and you can see those videos of her and I. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. Please like, comment, subscribe. You know how to do it. You guys have been on the internet. You know how it works. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Oh, do you want to see a kitty? You didn't get much kitty content this episode. Who? Send it? Oh, hi. Oh, hi. A little black cat for Halloween? A little black cat for Halloween? He hates being on camera. A little black cat for Halloween? Oh, handsome boy. He's handsome. He's done. Goodbye.